Hello everyone, Jose J with Garcia Mobile Home University bringing you another comparable business. So, the new series we're steady telling you why you should be investing, suggesting why you should be investing in mobile homes. And again, reminder as always, we are not beating up any business. We love all businesses. All businesses are needed. So we're glad that people take initiative and they start businesses or enter even big companies, big franchises. So, they're here for a reason and we're glad they are. But the reason why we compare these is to no more than just get you to understand the numbers, because that's what businesses are. They are numbers. You have to understand those numbers. What are your ROIs, your return on your investments, and what makes sense to you? What makes sense to you may not make sense to somebody else. What makes sense to them may not really mean anything to you. So that there's a difference behind it. But the numbers don't lie, okay? And that's what we stick to. So comparison for today is peanuts. I don't really like peanuts. Nothing against it. I don't like peanuts, especially not when they're wet. So something a little different there, but a lot of people like them. I have friends who love peanuts, boiled peanuts. There's something about a wet. Anyway, so let's get to it. So here are, okay, boiled peanuts. Let me break this down here for you, okay? So what we got is here, and we obviously spoke to the gentleman there, but let's take the numbers for instance right away. So you have the mobile, which is a small mobile home. You have to have where obviously you keep your product and material. This is where you sell out of, and the expenses for this mobile home alone is anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 is what I'm told. Okay, $3,000 to $4,000 for this. All right, those of you that follow my channel, follow our coaching education, you kind of already know where I'm at that. Okay, $3,000 to $4,000. So let's just say $3,000. Okay, then you have to buy the product, which you buy in sacks, big bulks in peanuts before you obviously have to boil them and that sort of thing. But you buy those bulks, and I'm told anywhere from 20 to 30 for a bag. Okay, now these numbers I have not checked, so understand I'm being guided by what I'm being told. Okay, but for this comparison anyway, the other comparisons that you're going to see, we definitely get our criteria, our facts, our numbers before we compare. We don't just throw numbers out there. But that's what I'm told, 20 to 30 per bag as to what the purchase. All right, well, they get about X how many bags that they have obviously for a week's time, for a month's time. That's an expense in itself. Then they have to store it, which is again here in the same place they sell out of. But now a cup that you purchase, and they have small, medium, and large, which is, that's a very good selling strategic, by the way. But the big cup, the big boiled peanut cup that you can buy here, you're looking anywhere from $7 to $10. Okay, so there's profit, no doubt. When you take that one bag that you have to boil and get it in here and start selling it, there's profits within its margin alone. But that is where our comparison comes in. How much time will you take from the time you buy the bag, the large sack bag bulk, to the time you get it in, to the time you boil it, they're ready to sell, and then once you can actually put them in the cup and sell them off? What was that time frame, and what was your ROI, your return on your investment? Okay, so that's the numbers that you have to make sense in, right? Now when you look alone in the investment itself, which is less, again, $3,000 for the home alone. Not to mention, now, what is the time frame that you're spending? Are you working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday? Is it just a weekends kind of thing? What is your time worth? Because you have to sit here or pay somebody to sit here and sell this off. How much do you sell in a day's time? And how much do you have to sell in a month's time to be profitable? Okay. Those are all the numbers that you have to ask yourself, okay? Because that's what it boils down to. Again, with mobile homes, you can get in with 0 to nothing. So if you wanted to get into peanuts, maybe you can get a loan for the little small mobile home here, or maybe you can't. But if you cannot, that's what you're looking at, anywhere from around $2,000 to $3,000. So that's just getting into the business alone. That's the trailer. Now, you would have to, if you didn't buy it made for that, designed for that, then you're going to have to get that also, so that you can operate out of it. So what do you need? Oh, Jesus, it must. I'll tell you something about Black Fridays. They are hectic from get out. I actually came in this parking lot just to interview this gentleman here, and we chose not to go with it because he is busy. But we did talk to him for a few minutes and got details more so what we need. And that's something that's going to come with these trends, these series of comparables. It's not always going to be me breaking down the business alone, but we want to also interview the individuals that are actually doing it, because that will just make better sense. And they can tell you a lot more than I can from these businesses. One thing about being an entrepreneur is that whether you like a business or not, whether it's a business that you're going to get into or not, as a business entrepreneur, you need to understand business, because they're all the same thing. They all have to make sense in one area, and that's numbers. So don't ever think that you can learn from some investor, some business. Oh, well, I'm not in restaurant business. It doesn't matter. You learn from it. Okay, one of the biggest companies that we can learn from, even if it's just from branding, marketing, and advertising, is Starbucks. You know, a massive company like that, you know, they obviously are doing something right, so we can always learn from it. It doesn't matter what business you are in. But back to the number. So, you know, $3,000 to get in. Then you have to get the stove, the boiler, whatever, to boil the peanuts. So how much is that expense there? So let's say another $300. Okay, then you have to get the material. Let's say X amount of bags. Let's say another $100. So that's $400 plus 3,000. So we're at 3,400. You have to cook it, so you need petroleum. Okay, let's say another $100, and I know about that, petroleum purchasing. So another $100. We're at $3,500. Okay, now how much time will it take you? I don't know how long it takes to boil peanuts. I mean, I boil eggs, so I'm into bodybuilding, so I eat boiled eggs quite often. But boiled peanuts, I imagine, I don't know, and I'm guessing here at this point 30 minutes, an hour, I don't know. But what I'm getting at is that allocating your time, because that's worth something. You know, if you're just doing it, well, that was just my time. Well, just your time is worth something, you know. So, but let's keep it right there, 3,500. So that's what you need to get started. Now, where will you have to park? Where will you have to be? How much time will you have to be there to sell one cup? Will you have to hire somebody to be there because you have had a day job? I don't know. You know, it takes money. A lot of times people say to make money, and that's not always true. You know, whoever says that doesn't understand business like they should. They think and they've heard, nothing more. You don't have to have any money to get into mobile home investing, because you can come in as a wholesaler. You can be a bird dog, you can be a connector, you can be many things to start collecting money, which is pocket money, before you can actually start spending and investing. And later on, you know, graduate through where you're spending, whether at that point you're doing more so of a rental, rent to owns, creating notes, you have your assets. There's many avenues, but you need zero money to get in. So when I think of $3,500, I think, you know, the individual looks like he likes what he does, and for that, that's great. But for me, $3,500 to get in to start selling peanuts, just not one avenue that I think I would like to take. For each his own. And again, we don't beat these businesses down. We like them all. They all have a reason for. But with $3,500, I can assure you that you can get you a fixed rubber, and you can get it out in the market. We've done it in the past, many, because, you know, a lot of the mobile homes that we get are directly mobile home parks, and they're free. So when we come in and put $2,000, $3,000, they are move-in ready. So that means that for $3,500, you can actually have a home, have all labor, material, holding, and be move-in ready, and get it out on the market on something that's going to give you a return of 188 yearly percent, and very profitable. You get the point. All right, that does it for this comparison. Peanuts, boiled peanuts. I don't like them. Nothing against them. I don't like them. Visit my site, GarciaMHU.com, for any coaching programs you may be interested in, and email me directly at j@GarciaMHU.com. Till next time, thank you for watching.